First up on the show, well, one of the most immediate economic fallouts of the coronavirus pandemic in Europe has been rising levels of poverty. Not since the Second World War have economists raised an alarm, warning European leaders over poverty levels rising. Queues for food handouts in some of the richest countries in Europe is evidence enough. Take a look at the scenes we're about to show you. These people in queues are Europe's neo-poor, meaning these people are those who have been pushed into poverty all of a sudden due to COVID-19. Needless to say, most of the people in these queues have lost their jobs. What has come as a surprise is that people are having to line up for handouts in some of the richest European nations, Spain, France and Switzerland. It's ironic that more than 1,000 people queued up in Geneva, the city that houses the International Labour Organization. The global body on labour issues has been sending out warnings over job losses, leading to a rise in the level of poverty. Let's understand the scale of this problem globally. There are some 3.3 billion workers. Of these, 2 billion work in the informal sector. In the first month of the pandemic, most of these 2 billion workers in the informal sector saw their income level drop 60%. That translates to a fall of income by 70% in Europe. So most people in these queues have seen their income vanish. They live hand to mouth now. They have no social protection. As governments strive to flatten the curve, the unemployment and poverty levels are rising. Take a look at the table among the leading economies in Europe. Spain has the highest unemployment rate at 14.4%. Italy comes next with an unemployment rate of 8.4%. But how is it that France, UK and Germany have been able to keep unemployment levels low? They have offered generous furlough schemes that lets the government pay a portion of the employee's salary so that firms do not sack them. Close to 2 million jobs have been saved in Britain and over 10 million in both France and Germany. But mind you, these schemes are mostly applicable for employees in the formal sector. So, this wage subsidy never reaches informal workers who have mostly lined up for food. The ILO says 55% of the world's population, that's 4 billion people, lack social insurance and assistance. We leave you with this statistic that summarizes the story totally. 80% of the unemployed are not covered by unemployment benefits. So, the government schemes are only saving a handful of jobs in the formal sector. These queues in some of the wealthiest parts of the world show the extent of the economic decay caused by this pandemic. Ultimately, it's turning out to be a contagion versus starvation for the unemployed.